Today's Inside the Box, or this week's Inside the Box, begins with Eureka 7. And I pronounce it like that because I think that's how they pronounce her name in the anime. I don't know if fans pronounce it Eureka 7. But as you can see here, what I have are the individuals release. So I didn't even get the limited edition stuff for some of these as those came out. Which I may regret in the future if I decide to go back and get them, but for now, I've got the series, and it's a good series. Kinda has a bit of angst to it that I didn't like, but it gets around that, and that's the series. And then we've got the movie, which is, I think, only related in that it has the same characters, and here's the Blu-ray version. So as you can see, they're pretty identical packaging-wise, although the Blu-ray disc looks like this instead, apparently. Oh well, I don't question it. I remember buying these Full Metal Panic. Actually, this DVD feels a bit heavier. Is there something worth showing on the inside? It looks like it's a poster. And there's some information about characters and stuff on the back here. Interesting. And it's got an invertible cover with mostly Japanese characters on it. But I remember buying these and thinking, I wonder how I'm going to tell these DVDs apart, because they just have mechas on them, and I don't have an eye for mechas. But I don't know if I've ever actually looked at these inserts before. I've probably even done Full Metal Panic and Inside the Box in the past and not looked at them. Interesting. And as you can see, this one has Sagra in its reversible cover. Well, let's keep going at this. I remember that thing. We've got another cover. This one has a character on it. I do believe this is not one of the main casts. Kind of hard to show all of this printout to y'all. We got Testarossa, I believe, the captain. We've got another mecha. This one doesn't have an insert in it. We've got the classmate, whose name I can't remember. So chances are that previous one was a used one that did not have the insert in it. I'm wondering if I have to go. It has, this one has a mecha on it, and some characters on it as well. On our insert this time, I think I remember her. Assuming I saw right and that was a her. I really ought to rewatch this series sometime. Oh, huh. I don't know what to think about that one. I do know, yes, her. There's so few names I actually remember in this, and this is the 7th and final individual DVD for Full Metal Panic, and it just wouldn't be right without a cheatery, is that right? You know, the only name I remember for certain is Sosuke Sagura. Mostly because he's probably my favorite thing about the show. But, I vaguely remember what some of these other characters do, and blah 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 blah. Anyways, let's go on to the second season, Fumofu. I guess since I was opening those, there are things in here. The Bonta-kun board game. How strange. It looks like the back is blank. And then I wonder, nope, cover's not reversible, so let's keep these nice and simple. Now we've got the Bonta-kun calendar. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I'm just trying to open it up so this says 2005 to 2006 calendar. Interesting. Fumofu is one of my favorite series. It is non-serious enough to, well, I just found it ridiculously funny. So I wonder what this is. Bonta-kun's eye exam chart. I do not know how this is supposed to work. But what about volume 4? Where's Bonta-kun? Did they circle it for us intentionally? It looks like it. It's kind of amusing. But there we go. That's a DVD release of Full Metal Panic Fumofu. And the last Full Metal Panic series, that's at least come out on DVD, that is Second Raid, and it was released by Funimation instead of ADV. So it came in this box set, or perhaps I just bought it as it came out. These sleeves feel kind of thick, and it looks like we've got a booklet inside these with a mithril report, which has various stuff in it. I wouldn't call these a reversible cover, but still interesting content, at least. We've got volume 2. And once again, I bet we have another mithril report. That crazy guy. Interesting. Do you get it, Funimation channel? I don't get it. I buy it. I own it. Let's see. I don't remember this. On the bright side, if I ever do rewatch Full Metal Panic, then Second Raid I may remember Second Raid a bit better. No, I think it's only 13 episodes, isn't it? Let's see, does the back of here say, yeah, 13 episodes, and then there's a bonus OVA on here. unless that doesn't include the Tessa's Day thing. Kind of hard to see that. But one more Mithril report. And there we go. We're done with Full Metal Panic second raid. Of course, I've got more Full Metal Panic to show because I've also got the series on Blu-ray. And this is the older complete series release of Full Metal Panic. I bought it when the Save Edition was being released. I believe it was the Save Edition of this Full Metal Panic. I've got great Blu-ray titles for Funimation. So I haven't thrown these inserts away. And what we've got here are 2 discs. Whoa. 1 disc of which is loose. Let's try and do this without dropping anything. There we go. Doesn't look like there's anything spectacular about the discs or the inside. So it's mostly the covers. Which isn't a surprise. There's not a lot of space for fancy art or anything. Interesting though that the insert is different from the case. Oh, something tells me I've never actually opened this one up. So let me get this sticker off real fast for y'all. Because I'm kind of curious at taking a peek inside, aren't you? Nothing too spectacular. It's similar to the first season. And then we've got the Blu-ray version of Full Metal Panic Second Raid. Although this is from the Anime Classics line. I don't think they released a non-Anime Classics line version. Oh jeez. This one, I'm definitely not taking it out. But we need to look at it to see if it's like the others. And see, there we go. That makes it worth it. It's got more pictures on the inside. And a reversible cover that I'm not quite sure how it changes things. I guess it makes it less like this and more like a completely different thing on the insert. That's interesting. Next up, we've got K-On! I guess the DVDs aren't so spectacular that... Well, the discs themselves aren't so spectacular that I'm going to show them instead. We've got the DVD versions. And, very similar, the Blu-ray versions, which I believe are probably, yeah, the disc looks the same, so... We've got K-On! That was fast. A really fun series. Hope the second season gets a chance to come out. Next up, Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. And I have the 2-disc, 4-part release version of it. So, to begin with, we've got part 1. And those discs don't look too spectacular. So, we'll go ahead and skip them. And this may have actually called it Season 1, Part 1. And then I've got... Oh, I get it. And then we've got Season 1, Part 2. This was a fun series. Felt paced well. Interesting. We've got Season 2, Part 1. And last but not least, Season 2, Part 2. So the Oreimo release, I think I remember commenting at the time that even though it was slightly on the expensive side, it had a lot more neat things to it. So for the series itself, well, here's the case within the art box. There's a lot of art all over everything. That's a really neat thing to have. I'm going to set that there like that. This looks like a bunch of postcards. I might not have ever opened this, so since I don't expect to do an inside the box for this again, let's take a close look at these. Why don't we begin from down here? Find a good way to thumb through them. I can't think of much to comment on about these as I go. I enjoyed watching it. I can remember it not being perfect, so that makes it something that I would, very desperately just want to rewatch it again right off the bat. But it covered the contents. It was, I don't know. It's nice to have nice to know they didn't forget about her. It's just too bad I can't remember any characters' names. And there we go. Back to the first card that we saw from the beginning. Now, the only question is, how do I get them back in here? Like that. Yeah, there we go. Put that there like that. Let's see. This here, we have a poster. A double-sided poster. And we want to hear from you, as well as Aniplex Oreimo proof of purchase. Don't know why you would need one. And a booklet. So that's the Oreimo limited edition complete box set. I don't know if a cheaper, not so large edition will ever come out, but it is what it is. Next up, we've got Rosario Vampire, or Rosario Vampire, something like that. This is a combination DVD Blu-ray box, which also comes with both seasons. I do believe this was the card I ordered from, the card I got for ordering it from The Right Stuff. This is a booklet, so we've got the first season. It looks like a reversible, no, just a well-drawn inner cover, and am I mistaken that this was also Blu-ray? I can't remember now that I think about it. Maybe it was just DVD. Yeah, I'm only seeing Region 1 information. So I'm mistaken. This was just DVD only. This is the second season. And here's our characters again on the inside cover. And then this here is an art booklet. Oop. Whoa. Kind of having trouble slowly flipping through it. Interesting. So they have pictures of the character and characters on each side. And last but not least, the Tales of the Abyss limited edition volume 1 and 2 releases. I kind of set them up in an interesting way without thinking about it, but let's see. Let's take a look. Limited edition volume 1 came with this DVD and volume 1 of the manga. We're going to put the DVD in here and then take a look at the limited edition volume 2, which came with this DVD and the manga, the second volume of the manga. So I was asked, volumes 3 and 4 I think are still scheduled to be released. I don't know, but the question was, can you fit 2 DVDs in one of these sleeves? And the answer is, actually, you can. Now, there is still the issue where these are labeled 1 and 2, respectively. But it does mean that it would be possible to buy the DVD, buy 3 and 4 and fit them into the limited edition boxes for 1 and 2, respectively, if you wanted to. And I don't know yet if I'm going to do that. I have to decide because those manga, I don't know what I'm doing with them. Oh, but I guess we'll find out whether or not those DVDs are even coming out, because I don't entirely understand what Bandai means by not releasing anything new. If that means that they're not producing any new DVDs for series they're currently releasing, or if end of the month they're just done. I don't know. Anyways, that's all of this week's Inside the Box.